Our next inductee is a posthumous inductee, Edith, Bentle, Blasdel, and do the honors is our Vice President of the Music Association, also a member of the SEIMA Hall of Fame, Randy Garrett.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. We are so thankful you guys are out here with us tonight. Have you enjoyed the program so far? All right. And we have plenty more to come. We have our own Jamie Johnson will be performing here after a while, along with his lovely wife, Suzanne. Also, Nashville songwriter, singer, done forgot his name, Sean Byrne. So y'all don't want to miss that. And right after the show, they'll go backstage, they'll put their equipment up, use the bathroom, and come back out and shake your hands. So, anyway, just overlooked me. I didn't take my meds today. I actually took some meds, but they weren't mine. But I am protected against fleas, ticks, and heartworms for the next 3 months. Anyway, though, it's my honor to induct Edith Blasdel. Edith isn't with us. She is passed on, but her daughter, Brenda, is with us from Memphis, Tennessee, to receive the award. And I'm thankful to be a part of such an incredible organization as this. These guys have really outdone themselves putting this together tonight. And they are so good at what they do. And so let's give a round of applause for the guys in the committee here. And in addition to being good at what they do, we come from a really diverse background. I mean, we have experience in anything from bluegrass to alternative to rock to country to gospel. And in fact, gospel is what I do. And this gospel is also what Edith Blasdel did, so that's why I'm super honored to be able to present this to her on her behalf, is because we share the same passion. And a lot of people don't really know what gospel music is. They associate it with the old hymns, and I like old hymns. I see some of you ladies brought your old hymn with you tonight. And some of y'all will get that after a while. But gospel music tells this theme is Jesus Christ, and as with any genre, we want to do a good job, and we want the crowd to enjoy themselves, to be glad that they came out. But unlike any other genre, there's also, in addition to the entertainment aspect, there's a ministry aspect to it as well. And gospel music, for those who don't know, tells the story of Jesus Christ coming to earth, ministering, healing, and in turn being beaten, spit upon, put to death, and rising again 3 days later to show that no matter what life throws at us, he's more powerful, even including death. Gospel music also tells us that we have a value and a purpose and a place in this world, and our value isn't determined by what we look like, what we own, what other people might think about us, or even our own past. So that's good news. And that's the same good news, which the word gospel means good news. That's the same good news that Edith shared and conveyed not only through her music, but through her life. She was a faithful organist at her home church, a Bright Christian Church, as well as teaching piano and music in general to numerous young people in the community, including, from what I understand, Mr. Kinsey Bentle, who is a member of the Hall of Fame tonight. So we think it's only right that the person who saw the potential in these young people, encouraged them and mentored them along, should also receive the same honor to being inducted into the Hall of Fame for her contribution to our rich musical heritage. And here to receive that award is her daughter, Brenda.
Thank you so much. Mother loved to play the piano, and she taught piano for 30 years. Her first student was Kinsey Bentle and his brother Dean Bentle, and her last student was her great niece Jamie Bentle, who's now a dance teacher, and they all live on State Line Road over by Bright. The Bentles came to Indiana from Falmouth, Kentucky in 1920 and settled on State Line Road, and a bunch of them are still there, all my aunts and uncles and cousins. And I'm from Memphis, Tennessee, but I grew up in Greendale. And Mother was very talented in other ways. She played the violin, and on her and my dad's 50th wedding anniversary, they played in a violin trio at a church. And her dad, George Bentle, took her to piano lessons when she was a little girl. He wanted her he was very musical, and he wanted her to have those lessons. She designed the house we lived in, and Grandpa and Kenzie's dad, Uncle Wilson, and Uncle Bert, and Elbert, and Duke Bentle built our house and one right next to it on Hay Street in Greendale. And our aunt and uncle, Elbert and Doris Bentle, and 4 cousins lived next door to us. So the Bentles were always very close and all lived next to each other and loved each other very much. And she was a talented sewer. She sewed all my clothes all the way through college. And she made my wedding dress. I sent her a pattern as I lived in Miami, Florida. And she brought it down, and it fit perfectly, even though I hadn't tried it on, till she got to Miami for my wedding. And my cousin, Libby Blasdel, is here tonight. She's from Orlando, Florida. And her mother, Laverne, we called her Aunt Bug, Bentle Blasdel, nominated Mother to get this award. And she would be just astounded that she has received such an award. And she played in the Bright Christian Church, organ and piano, and she played in Lawrenceburg First Church of Christ, played organ and piano for many years. And she was in the kitchen band, and she played a cake pan. She was a percussionist, and played a wash tub with a broom handle attached to it. And she had good rhythm, so that was a good job for her. One of her other piano students who lives here in Oldenburg, Sally Raver, is here tonight, and Ron, her husband, and she took piano lessons from Mother when she was a little girl. And my son, Paul Higgins, has carried on the musical legacy. He's a band and music teacher. He's a percussionist in Dublin, Texas. So thank you so much for this wonderful award. Mother would just be awestruck that she learned that she has received this wonderful award, and thank you so much.